Now, the 137 Kaduna school children rescued from terrorists have finally been reunited with their parents in Kaduna on Thursday evening. The state government announced on Sunday that the students were rescued in Zamfara State. They were returned and received in Kaduna on Monday by Governor Obasani and were made to undergo psychological therapy before their final release to reunite with their families on Thursday. Now, a lot of all of this is what we want to, of course, dissect to hear from you about. But then let's not forget, while they were returned, the school head teacher, that's Abubakar Isa, lost his life, so he didn't return to his family. And Kaduna State government, of course, is promising that they're going to put his children through school after giving them the sum of 10 million naira. So the students would be sponsored through the primary, secondary, and the university level. So there is a lot of that. For me, I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to that because we all know how we have issues of, continuation, continuity when it comes to government. So what if Governor Obasani say he does his 8 years pass? Would the new governor take over this to continue? Well, these are the things that, of course, we will be talking about, but we'll be more focused on what you think about the progress of security issue in the country. Would you call this a huge achievement? Is this something that you would say has been lots of progress, considering what happened to the Chibok girls, how it took about almost it's been 10 years, and
a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, and even at that, there is still numbers of girls that never returned home.
Yes.
So with all of that, what would you say about how quick our security agencies were able to bring back the Kuriga students back to their parents?
What you just said, the bandits, or should I say terrorists, demanded for 1 billion, and then they were able to get these children within 2 weeks after being kidnapped. I think that's a huge success,
Indeed.
for Nigerians, because we're talking about 287 children, and they all returned, even though a few of them are in the hospital. And then a teacher lost his life, and then they had to go through some psychological therapy before returning to their parents, even though 2 days is not enough to get the trauma out of their heads. But then, they are kids, they'll outgrow it. But then for some of them, it will always be there. It will always haunt them.
Yeah, we all know how it's when it comes to
if we can take a look at, the report that Bello Musa has put together to show the children who have been returned with all the tribulations, So let's take a look at this report.
The atmosphere was filled with jubilation as the rescued school children arrived at the community. It marked a historic reunion in the history of Kuriga, with parents expressing immense joy as they were finally reunited with their children after 3 weeks of abduction. I have one child among the rescued children, and I can't express my joy today. I am thankful to God.
The good news, and we thank God because we took it in good faith when it happened. And we are now in a joyous mood to see my 13-year-old son, Hassan Sanusi, back home.
I feel like I'm in Hajj or in paradise now. We are grateful to God and we appreciate the government. My children will continue attending school as long as the school exists, because we believe what happened was destined by God. For one of the students, Saifullahi Bashir says, reuniting with his parents after being in captivity feels like a miracle. I don't know how to express myself because I am so excited. It was a mixed feeling for the family of late teacher Abubakar Isa, as his son is among the rescued students.
Though we're still mourning, We're happy at the same time because his eldest son is among the rescued children. I give kudos to the government for ensuring the release of our children.
Nafisa Issa says despite the killing of their older brother who was kidnapped along the student, they will not relent in sending their children to school.
Kuma maganan makaranta insha Allahu kannanmu da ƴaƴanmu insha Allah.
By the grace of God, our children must continue with their education. We won't relent, and our brother Abubakar Isa, may his soul rest in peace. We have faith that he met his destiny. We are 4 in the family, and he is the eldest.
Allah Ubangiji ya gafarta mishi, Allah ya sa ya huta, Allah ya raya abin da ya bari, Allah Ubangiji ya ɗaukaka su.
The Kuriga kidnapping has really scared this community, but the return of the school children has rekindled hope in the community that has now gained international recognition and attention. Bello Musa, reporting for Trust TV News.
A really emotional video, right there. I mean, I could hear my voice, cracking a bit. But then, anyway, we'll be talking about Kuriga rescue. Are we making progress, with the security issues? Go ahead, call the number on your TV screen and also send in your WhatsApp messages so that we can hear from you on your take, about the state of security happening in the country, but definitely relating it to Kuriga rescue. Fatima, let's hear more on your thoughts on, all of this happening.
Watching the video now, is a mixed feeling, like Dallo said in his report. And yes, you could see the jubilation for the lives of these children that have returned to their families, very young children, with a promising future. And then the families of Abubakar that, lost his life.
Indeed.
For every insecurity like this, certainly there are certain families that always lose their loved ones, and some are able to get their loved ones back. At a time, Sumaya, this whole situation, with the kidnappings, killings, actually, I actually felt a bit reluctant to even go on social media, because there was a day that will pass by that you don't see a family crying out, for their loved ones kidnapped and they never returned, or they went missing and never returned. It's really a sad one, But then this is a huge achievement at the end of the day, because the lives of these children have returned. It's just like you mentioned, the Chibok girls, it took 10 years and still there are some of them that are still missing. Indeed. So we have our first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Are you with us? All right, we lost that caller. Please go ahead. Call the number on your screen or send a WhatsApp message. Let's hear your thoughts on, the rescue mission of Kuriga. Would you say that we've gotten, far? Would you say that our security has beefed up? At least the speed, that we're able to rescue these children. Would you say that there's been a progress? Let's hear your thoughts.
Hello.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Good morning. My name is Rabi Salis from Katana State.
Okay, Rabiu. Thank you so much for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So there is a lot of progress in rescuing these innocent students from captivity. So what is completely affecting, in northern Nigeria, we have large number of out-of-school children. So if this kidnapping, so the school remain the target, and this kidnapping continue day by day. So it is completely, still the number of out-of-school children in northern Nigeria will increase in geometrical progression. Because I am telling you, the number of students who were kidnapped and the number of students who were rescued, there is a lot of discrepancy in the figure. So, and actually we don't know, it is only hiding. We don't know whether kinetic or non-kinetic approach were employed rescuing these innocent children.
The soldiers said they did both.
So, but if the school remains safe and support from the government and relevant authority to make sure that our children are safe, so they will still continue going to school. But even the parents now are very skeptical in sending their children in the school that are located near the forest. So we kudos to the Kaduna State government for quick intervention and the federal government and also the security personnel who are working tirelessly to make sure that they rescue them and still they rescue them. So we are still continuing to see no school has also been attacked.
Indeed. Thank you so much. I don't know if you're still with us. Is he still with us? Oh, we lost that. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution. I wanted to, ask about Katsina, because we all know Katsina also has been facing back-to-back insecurity. Because at the end of the day, while we're trying to say emulate, and give kudos to Kaduna State government and the federal government for what happened in Kaduna, we hope that it would be that same effect will be replicated in other states, especially Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto. Those axes made Borno.
Haruna was talking, he made mention of discrepancies with the figure, which 287 and then 137 were just returned. I totally understand where he's coming from, and that's a question to ask, where are the remaining
there was a miscalculation. We have another caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
Hello.
Hello,
with you.
We can hear you. Us? Your name and location, please.
Good morning.
Morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Mohammed Adamu from Mina.
Okay, Mohammed Adamu. Thank you so much for joining. Please go ahead.
Anyway, I'm just woke up this morning and I saw you and you guys on TV and this. The issue of security in this country, I don't know where we're going. This thing has been happening several occasions. I don't know what is happening with our leaders. We keep repeating the same thing every day, repeating. Can't you find solution? It's very unfortunate. Now look at what happened in Gorica. Am I correct? Is it
Korega.
Look at what happened. A very teenager age, these small children that who have further future. These are the children that tomorrow become something. And this is what happened again in Niger State, in Kagara. I don't know what is happening in this country. Are we progressing in this country or we are reprogressing back? Every day, the same issue. Haba, Nigeria, our leaders. We should wake up and do something. It's very unfortunate. Nigeria that I knew before when I was very young, that our army will go to Liberia, go to Sudan, fought war and won the war. But today, things fall apart. It's very sad, it's very unfortunate. My advice is that please, our leaders, they should wake up. They're trying to do something that our younger generation will become something in the future. But it's very unfortunate. Our neighbors' country had this kind of thing. They laugh after us.
Indeed, but don't you think they are waking up? I mean, that's why there was this quick, swiftly mission the rescued mission that was done in Korega. Considering, when you're comparing it to what happened with Chibok girls. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you. Go on, I'm hearing you.
Okay, no, that is basically the question. Don't you think that the government and the Nigerian security agencies were able to do the swift mission, compared to the Chibok girls that happened
10 years back?
Let me cast your mind back. I have said it, that they are trying. They should put more effort. This is the same thing every day, the same thing. Now, we don't know what will happen next from a few hours coming. We don't know. And that's why I'm saying that they are trying their best. But we need them to add more. Nigeria, we are gallant. Our soldiers are gallant. But again, this is an advice. The Ghana soldiers that are on field, they're supposed to have welfare. That she also have something that will motivate them. Those people that are also human beings like us. If there's no motivation, the operation cannot go successfully. The operation cannot go successfully because they are also human beings. They have children. You send somebody to farm, you can't give him, food to eat. We never see anything on that farm. But once if you motivate him, give him something, he will do more than that. That is our problem. We don't motivate the other people on the field, battlefield ground. One government send them their welfare, our leaders, they don't want to give them. Why? And that's why I said the same thing happening. It's not the fault of our soldiers on the battlefield. I know, yes, of course, they're trying. But they need more. That's my contribution this morning.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much for that contribution. I mean, when he said they need more motivation, that's the security agencies, the first thing that came to my mind was, the discussion we had about pensions being paid to ex-former governors and their deputies. Yeah. And I'm like, if that huge amount of money could even be, diverted and be given to security agencies, at least there are lots of things that are wastage, spendings from the Nigerian government, that if it should definitely be used to security agencies.
We have another caller. I actually wanted to say something, but then we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Okay. Yes, I am Mr. Ike Abba. I'm calling from Enugu State.
Enugu, thank you so much. Go ahead and make your contributions, please.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much for your concern. I've just saying what's on the screen about the state of kidnapping, especially in Kaduna. I think this issue of kidnapping in Kaduna is becoming so rampant that something still has to be done about it. We've heard stories of releasing name of people that fund terrorism in the country. And this thing continues to occur. Okay, why Kaduna? And they know the issue of this kidnapping of 2 children, it is where the state is high for the people that thrive in that business.
Can you please tone down the volume of your TV a bit, because it seems to be...
Because you want to be hearing yourself.
It seems to be interfering with what you're saying.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So actually, the public school is where the state is high in terms of what those people that thrive in that business, in terms of what they get, the financial benefits of that business. And it is my kind of opinion that the government should do something and provide security, especially the tertiary institutions and all these things around the remote part of especially Kaduna and other states. So why do we continue to emphasize about security every time? Okay, they say what are those security people that accompany these politicians? You see a politician with a convoy of security people, and we have children that are there that are supposed to be secured. These people are in their armored vehicles, in their all these things, in different things, with so many security accompanying their entourage. So the challenge security where it is most needed, and that is the places that they always target. This thing now has become a business, and they know what they get from it. Each operation they make. When they go to any operation, they know the financial benefits and the big guns behind the business. It's not as if they don't know that there are people behind this business. And the issue is about getting to they're certain that they will name the people. Where are they? What if you name them? What about this? Who are those people? It's not enough just saying we know the people funding terrorism, we know the people sponsoring that. Okay, who are those and what have they done to bring them to book? In fact, I get annoyed this time I say about the surveillance of innocent parents that the education that disrupted every time. And look, the so-called politicians, the so-called people as representatives are not doing anything. You are talking about insecurity, and you hear so many things about what is happening in the Trinidad, collecting huge sums of money, doing other things. They cannot even get equipment to fight this. Not that they cannot do it. We have the means. We have whatever the way that to tackle this insecurity. So I think if we are prepared to fight insecurity, we will do that.
Okay.
And if we are not ready, please let us be frank to ourselves. Enough of this pretext about government trying, enough of this free singer. Enough of all this lies we tell ourselves every day in the name of my mom, my country. We tell ourselves lies. We tell ourselves a lot of lies.
All right.
True.
Yeah, please. If something should please be done, and let us be frank. Let us tell ourselves. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Well,
for that. I mean, he came with so much emotion, saying, if at all, from the last statement he made, if at all we are going to say the government is working, then we should feel it with every part of Nigeria being secured. You know, that's how it is. So even though some people are of the opinion that at least every win is a win, let's just clap for this stage. And of course, that would motivate them to move forward. But then he's also coming from another side of saying that is us deceiving ourselves. We just need to feel secure. I mean, we're hoping we don't get that, but then it's been on a daily basis where today you'd hear from Niger State an attack has been made on a market or a village. The next day you would hear something is happening in Kaduna and Zamfara, around the
it's just every part of the country,
really
because
disheartening.
yeah,
it's really
it's
sad.
Everywhere. It's all over. It's not just particular states.
And we keep losing lives. Nigeria is a nation that could be great. We are the most populous country, but then lots of opportunities have been wasted because of insecurity. It's shaking on the foreign investment. Like, people do not want to come and invest because of that. The insecurity happening. It's shaking on tourism. We have African cultures and traditions that the other countries Westerners want to come and explore.
Come and explore. There are some pictures, videos that you see. They tell you it's Nigeria. You won't even believe that it's actually Nigeria. Good Morning Trust TV. The rescue of kidnapped school children in Kaduna State is a welcome development. I urge the federal government and the state government to do the needful to put an end to the kidnappings in Nigeria. This is coming from Gideon from Benin, Edo State. Thank you so much, Gideon.
Thanks from Edo. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Indeed, we give them kudos for it, but we hope that this is a welcome awakening, an awakening for the Nigerian government to do more when it comes to security. A lot of people have been pushing, saying if you allow this, kidnapping to continue, someone that barely has never touched perhaps ₦1 million in their life, all of a sudden they are demanding for 100 million, 200. There's been people advocating, and that was how it grew. We never had a situation of 1 billion, but then it got to a point that now they've started asking
from 50 million, 10 million,
30,
20 to 100.
And somewhat stakeholders have been pushing, saying if we allow this to continue, it's going to get a point. These people are going to keep demanding because it's like the quick money syndrome. Like, you just sit down and then you get somebody coming to give you that huge amount.
Some of these people, kidnapping these children and people that they kidnapping, they are actually people that maybe have never even done it. And some of them, maybe it's even their first time of doing, but because they see that, okay, this bandits, terrorists keep demanding for ransoms, and maybe they're being given, and then other groups are coming out to also start kidnappings and stuff like that.
Indeed, so it's becoming so rampant. Just recently, one was done in Nasarawa State as well. You've seen people driving in bikes. I mean, these are farmers' bikes, and then you're kidnapping them to get what from them? It's like you going to the village and getting somebody that is really poor and expecting the person to produce millions,
and you ask
billions
the person's family or the government to produce. How is it
that
possible?
Kind of money?
Good morning, princesses in the house. We thank God for bringing our children back home. People should be careful with what they do with children's life. God is watching. Thanks for your updates. Thank you so much, Frank. Even though you didn't tell us from where, I just figured out your name It's Frank from the WhatsApp. That's even though you didn't add
Thank
that.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Frank,
appreciate
for
you
that message.
sending your own message. Indeed, yes, it's at the end of the day, these people will definitely pay for what they're doing. But before we wait for God to make them pay, we also need to make them stop, because there is casualties involved, and just the head teacher of Kuriga is one of the situations.
I was making reference
of that.
last when this Kuriga issue happened, in the newsroom when we were discussing, and we were saying that the Abacha Court said if a conflict or crisis was
continue for 24 hours,
then
someone's
there's an
side is in
inside.
hand. Indeed.
There's a hand.
All right. Good
somewhere.
morning. Okay, please tone down the volume of your TV set. Tone down the volume of your TV set.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
No, we can still hear ourselves. Please tone down the volume of your TV set.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, good morning. Your name and location.
Good
please.
morning.
Morning.
Yes, my name is Wajin Nehemia Sikas, calling from Taraba State.
It's good to have you from Taraba. Go ahead.
Yes, the issue of security in Nigeria is actually getting out of hand. And I want to talk about what happened in Kaduna State. In fact, it's like the security of Nigeria is no longer interested in her citizens. The reason being that I don't know if these bandits or kidnappers are spirits that comes into a community, kidnapped over close to 300 people, that nobody sees them, nobody knows where about of them, what these children are eating, where they actually hit themselves, that the security cannot see them and no any other person in the community can see them. Like seriously, it baffles me to know that we have the Air Force, we have the military, we have the police, we have the civil defense, that their role is to make sure they take the community security. That is the main aim of a civil defense. But it baffles me that all these security agents or agencies were not on ground, that they could trace the whereabouts of these over 300 people that were kidnapped, or students and pupils. Back then, in about 10 years ago, that of our Chibok girls and so many ones that have occurred of recent. We should tell ourselves the truth that the security of the citizens of Nigeria is no longer in the hands of the government. It's no longer in the hands of the government. Left for me, my suggestions and my opinion on this issue is that the issue of community policing, that the Senate are making efforts to make sure the state governments own the police. They should hasten up and do that. To me, I think it will help in curtailing this banditry stuff in our country. And again, this issue, if you look at America, we have we are over 200 million people in Nigeria, based on the past data, population data in Nigeria. But if you check the number of the police and the security we have in Nigeria are very few. Why not open doors for security that at least 5 person to 1 security, or 5 person to 1 policeman in Nigeria? But if you take the statistics of the number of people we have in Nigeria and the number of security, you will find out that we have outnumbered the security agencies put together in Nigeria. So my opinion is that if people are given employment in terms of security, things like this wouldn't happen.
That is my contribution. I still remain Wajin Nehemia Sikas from Taraba State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that contribution. I think just like you mentioned, the state's policing is something that the federal government has agreed to. It's on the table already, waiting for other states to join in by sending their own plans in order to kickstart, to implement that decision. And we cannot wait. Yes, I think based on the evaluation, it says that so far it's a security personnel to almost 1,000 Nigerians, which is something that is not possible, for one security to safeguard about 1,000 of Nigerians. We still need a lot of this. But then there is also the point of Islamic saboteurs. Yes, there are people who are really, financing this, and the federal government also is making efforts. We've seen them put, pictures of we're waiting for this particular. We are already on the tail of the financiers of insecurity and banditry, and these people are already being investigated, and we'll definitely have to wait to see the outcome of that investigation. People need to pay for whatever they're doing. You cannot be a Nigerian and sponsor bad things, and sponsor the people to hurt your own people, to hurt your own economy, your own country. That honestly, if there was another country that you put bad people in, I hope they would just take them and put them there so that they pay for it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to things like this, I don't think I would be pushing for pro-life, situation, because these people they cause mayhem, they kill. So if you are someone who benefits from people getting kidnapped or even killed, then you're a horrible person and should definitely be paid for whatever you're doing. So all of that, of course, the federal governments are doing a lot, and we'll have to give them kudos for that. All right, we have another caller. Good morning. Good morning. Are you with us?
Good morning, Yajia.
Yes. Thank you. Please tone down the volume of your TV. Your name and location, please. You cannot wait for me through your TV to talk, because I can literally hear myself through your TV. Can you please tone it down so that we can talk through your phone?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Your name and location, please.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yes, my name is David, calling from Zaria.
Okay, David, go ahead with your thoughts.
My name is David, calling from Zaria.
At this point, I feel like you're waiting to hear our voice through your TV, and it's going to slow everything down for us. Please tone down the volume of your TV and just talk to me through your phone.
All right. Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
I can hear you.
Very good. Like I said, my name is David, calling from Zaria.
Okay, it's good to have you, David.
Thank you. Well, my contribution is that we give thanks to God. At least the children, we are able to rescue them from the hand of kidnappers. We thank God for that. One thing that baffled me is that these children were kidnapped from Kuriga in Kaduna State. And when we are found, they found them in Zamfara State. How come? 137 children thereabout. How come? Where did they take them through? Did they fly them? Did they turn them to spirit, or the kidnapper are they spirit also? How managed they took them to Zamfara State? What is the work of the checkpoints that they were not able to intercept? That's my question.
Okay, thank you so much.
That excuse me. It means that our security is not strong enough.
I mean, that has been very obvious.
Yeah, our security has to wake up and do more. Is that okay?
Yes.
And to the innocent teacher that lost his eye, I don't know what's his name. Am I right? What is federal government going to do about him and his family? Because he died on active service. That is my contribution.
Thank
Good
you.
morning once again.
Thank you so much, David, for that contribution. A really, sad situation when it comes to the head teacher. But then the head teacher being there was something that was giving parents hope, saying at least he would try to protect the children, from any ill thoughts of these bandits. But we lost him, and it's a really sad situation. When it comes to the question David asked about the routes that these people follow, there's been a debate on social media platform of how large vast our land is, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are blessed with land, so there's a lot of should I say bushes that are not really covered, and these people followed through that route in order to get to that position. All right, we have messages. Let's read the
this
message.
Is coming from His Royal Highness Muhammadu Baba Idanuku Sakinwase of Lokoja. You know why I'm laughing, Sumaya? Because he's always giving us, analysis of, what his own take is as a diplomat writer. So, good morning, Trust TV management and staff. You are all doing well. Thank you so much. The return of the Kuriga school children. The failure of security architectural system of the country is hilariously clear that no improvement till date. If you look closely to the activity of the kidnapping, it looks like the government too is taking part in the system. Otherwise, this would have stopped long ago. Okay. Now, the value of life in Nigeria today is very poor, and painfully, criminals are usually looking out for the loopholes. You can't continuously use same system that is outdated. People will be kidnapped and ransom will be paid, and nothing will happen. This is sad. The targeted states from day one are being built upon I don't know if the Northerners are really ready for the unpleasant attacks on their region. This is another way of government taking away citizens' mind from their shortcomings. I guess otherwise, if any service chief can't work his or her hands, has to stop this, let them resign the position. We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. I flashed my mind back when an American citizen was adopted in Sambisa forest. American government sent down army, and only that citizen was taken away. Very bad life. This is not worth here. Okay. This is coming from Sakion Wasi. Thank you so much for that message. He made mention of the American citizen that was kidnapped. Do you remember the incident that was taken to Sambisa forest and the armies from the U.S. were sent? I don't know if you remember that incident.
Yeah, and we also have...
He was the only one that was rescued.
We also have the envoy, I think the convoy of some expatriates that happened, I think, along the southeastern part of Nigeria. I don't know if it was around the Enugu route, but then those sites anyways. And these people, their own security from, I think, Mexico. Mexico had to put in as their own security, work with the federal government to rescue these people. And these are things that makes you wonder what is happening. If they can come and rescue, if any international person, especially when it comes to UK, US, say Mexico, is being kidnapped in Nigeria, then there is this swift method being made, and then that person would escape with their life. So definitely something isn't adding up, and it has been clear for the longest time that definitely they are saboteurs. There are people sponsoring these things, and this administration is saying we are going to fish out these people. We hope that we get to see that, because definitely somebody is doing something that is not right. All right, I think we have another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Usman Mohammed. I'm calling from Toro.
Okay, Usman. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for calling from Bauchi. Go ahead. What do you think about the Kuriga rescue mission? Would you say there's been progress in our security?
I don't want to, the issue is so, I didn't get the full detail of the rescue mission, so-called. Is it they pay ransom and collect the children, or is it that they rescue the children? These are issues we need to really, because I'm beginning to doubt that they could rescue anybody.
The federal government said there was no payment of ransom.
That's what they keep saying every day. The last time, several kidnappings have taken place and they claim they did not pay, and the families of those people kidnapped are coming out to say they paid. Severally. So I doubt their abilities, seriously. But the truth of the matter is a good thing. The children have returned home, except for the loss of the teacher, which is very bad, and I think the government should do something about him and his family, as the other speaker has said. But the truth of the matter is that insecurity in Nigeria is growing on a daily basis. They only pay attention to the ones that are becoming, the ones that have made it to the limelight, like the issue of Kuriga. People, it has become international. That is why the security is very available. But sincerely speaking, go to our communities, you find out that kidnappings are going on very severely. In the sense that they kidnap people severally, and people have to pay ransom. Some will even pay the ransom, and the person will be killed.
True.
Our society is devastated. I would like to advise Prof. TV to try to come to places like Toro and make some researches concerning certain issues that has to do with kidnapping. If you know there's a particular community, the community has to stand up on their feet and fight insecurity by themselves, because they could not rely on the security agencies. I will want Nigeria to also take that into consideration. Preparing yourself against all these sorts of things. But government has failed a long time ago in terms of securing the lives and properties of our people. And I heard somebody saying the number of security approaches is low. No, it's not like that. There are countries that have lower security than Nigeria, but they have the equipment, they have the determination, they have the patriotic zeal, the will of the government to protect their citizens, and such things could not happen. Look at what happened in Russia recently. The attack. It happens between the first 11 hours. The perpetrators have been caught. So what kind of a country are we in? Nigeria is so severely crippled by this insecurity.
Indeed.
Nigerians are suffering. People are no longer protected. The government is not working, because security of life and property is one of the fundamental reasons why a government is created. If you cannot secure life and properties of the people, then automatically the government has failed. It's not the issue of being vast or anything. Nigeria has the resources, has the determination to kind of create a stable security environment. At least if you could not guarantee the economy, the politics is somehow. Why can't you guarantee security for the common man so that the common man will feel safe? We are hardworking people. We can go to our farms and we will survive by that.
Sure.
But the security itself, it has been deteriorated completely. Sometimes I even wonder if it is not even corruption that is devastating the nation. And at the same time again, the issue of recruitment of the police or the military, it has also been tampered in a way that people join these security agencies not because they want to fight crime. People join because they are unemployed. So when it comes to the issue of fighting insecurity, they fear for their lives because they really want to. You can see soldiers driving vehicles, engaging in businesses. Some soldiers will be, the security operations will be showing wealth, which is not supposed to be. They are supposed to be very patriotic, and at the same time, they are supposed to have the patriotic zeal. They are supposed to praise people that have the commitment, the motivation to fight insecurity and secure their country. So Nigeria today, security, employment, or recruitment is based on the fact that people are unemployed.
All right.
So that is my contribution, but I think we need to do more, sincerely speaking. Nigeria is insecure, seriously. The communities, the rural areas are very vulnerable to any form of attack. If you go to the rural areas, you notice that, like the community I come from, the whole of Ture local government, I doubt if there is up to 200 police. And you know Ture is one of the largest local governments we have in Nigeria. I doubt if there is up to 200 policemen there.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that detailed analysis. Indeed, there are a lot of vulnerable villages. Even Kuriga was part of that vulnerable community. That's why the kidnapping was quite easy for them. All right, we have a lot of messages, of course, a lot of messages that we cannot even take all of them. But yeah, this one says, "Good morning, Trust TV." So the issues of insecurity are the result of the days of meticulous efforts by everyone involved, leading to the relieving of outcome. Okay, it's a relieving outcome indeed. Our armed forces are resolute in their mission to put an end to this madness. It is indeed a madness that we definitely agree on. It said their ongoing strategic operations are producing the intended result, driving the perpetrators to retreat. In response, they may attempt to take hostages here and there, but it won't sustain, inshallah. Yeah, we hope that. The leadership of our national security and defense is adopting new strategies to prevent this from becoming a routine tactic operations. The commitment is universal. Everyone is contributing to their cause from the bottom. God bless our armed forces. So that's a message is from Rabiu Abdul Dankanjaba from Katsina State. Thank you so much, Rabiu. Indeed, a lot of messages are coming in, but we cannot take them, due to time constraints. But definitely, one thing we'll definitely agree on, even though Nigerians are really angry at this point, is the fact that our governments are awake now. Security agencies are making efforts now. We're seeing it. A lot of things are going on the ground. The details of the operation, it's not open because they need to also keep it safe, at least to get it through. And that's why even the details of the rescued mission of Kuriga is not open, for public consumption. Is because the army, the police all need to keep all of that, on a close leash in order to use that strategy in getting other people. And we hope that we get to see the end of kidnapping and even any rescue situation happening in our country, because that would definitely grow the economy. All with that, of course, we have come to the end of this segment. Thank you so much. An hour seemed not to be enough, talking to you. Thank you so much for all your calls, your messages that we could not even read. We appreciate you. Next week, of course, we'll open the phone line and we'll continue from where we stopped. But